Welcome to VEDA, vlogging every day in August, day 19. And this one is to talk about your love or your ex. I had a high school boyfriend, briefly. He dropped me for some other girl. I had a boyfriend right out of high school, and he moved out of state for a job, and that was it. And then I used to babysit, and I babysat. I had the monopoly on the neighborhood because I like to play with the kids. I don't just sit there and watch what I want on TV, like a lot of babysitters do. And one of the dads was head of a communications department at one of the colleges, and he said, I'm taking the kids to see this play, a kid play. Would you like to go along? He says, it's not really a babysitting job, but if you want to go, you see the play, and then we'll stop at McDonald's. And I thought, okay. So, I sat between the kids and had a good time. And one guy in the play was like a big purple prince, kind of doofy, trips on over his own feet and all that. And I thought, kind of cute. And I got his autograph, and I thought, ooh, this guy's cute. But I always have a thing for people that look vulnerable. A mothering instinct comes out in me. And it wasn't until the next year when I was in junior college, and I'm looking for a certain office because I was going to be the student representative for the International Society, which I was. And this guy comes up behind me and he says, I can show you where it is. I've been going here for a few years. Didn't occur to me it was only a 2-year college. And this guy was lying. I turned around, and that was him. The guy that was a purple prince. And I thought, ooh. Anyway, he paid attention to me. We went out. The first date we had, he was kind of nasty, kind of a jerk, which should have given me the message right then and there. But I thought maybe he was having a bad day or something. So I kept going out with him, and my mother was impossible, and I thought, I've got to get out of my mom's house. So I moved in with him. From the frying pan to the fire. And I ended up marrying him, having 2 great sons, but he became more and more abusive through the years. So I got divorced in 1997, and had a lot of physical issues happening and family issues happening. We had to live in Mom's basement for 2.5 years, and it was just, ooh, finally we got this house, and the kids were happy, I was happy. The kids would spend time with their friends, sometimes overnight, and they'd be playing video games and stuff, which we didn't have at the time. And I was looking at dating sites and stuff, and I found one that had this picture of this guy standing in front of a red car, which was not his. This guy claimed he was Italian, and I'd had a few coffee dates where I go just to, see if there was somebody that would click with me or whatever. Most of them are big fat sacks of skin who would just glare at me and stare at me the whole time, which was really gross. And I even came up with excuses. I'd say, call me at this time, and if the date's going bad, I'll pretend you need me at home. We did that a lot. Well, not a lot, a couple times. Then this guy says, I'm Italian. This one. I'm Italian. And I thought, everyone else has lied to me. I'm going to call you out. I've had it. I'm going to call you out in public at a nice restaurant even. So we agreed to meet at this nice restaurant. There he was talking to waiters and stuff and gesturing, and he was dressed kind of different. He had a big yellow sweater draped over his shoulders. And it was just a little different. So he comes over and we had dinner, and then we took a nice walk and everything, and he was a little fresh, but I didn't mind it. He had big shoulders and big arms. He was like bodybuilder. Before he came to the United States, he had a big fat belly. He lost a lot of weight. Must have lost about 100 pounds. So he was nice big shoulders, and people go, it looks like that, and the beard, and I was like, I don't care. He is really nice, and he had like social graces that just don't seem to be taught in the United States anymore. Well, he's Italian. Well, he's from Sicily, born there, but he lived in Italy most of the time, and he worked in Rome. But he's from an aristocratical family. He's on the Royal Register and everything. It's documented. I saw it. And I never really got things from him. Like, he's not rich. His mother basically controlled everything, like my mother did. He had 2 younger brothers, like I do, or did. And his brothers were the same ages under him as mine were. And one of them was not the brightest bulb in the box, so I had the same situation. We had a lot in common, and we both agreed to have a no-strings-attached relationship. That was hard for me. I couldn't, and I think after a while he kind of liked me. Because, let's see, this is, I don't know if you can see this picture. Woo-woo, bodybuilder man. And then after a while, this is him. We were building stuff in a house. We used to work together, painting for people and doing stuff for people. This is the first picture I took of him when he was here at the house. He'd come over once a week, and I'd make something really nice to eat. And I'd let him relax. He could do whatever, you know, he could sing if he wanted to. He goes, well, I can't sing. And I said, if you want to sing, you can. If you want to burp, burp. You know, just relax. I know you're under a lot of stress, so just here you can just be you. And I think he liked that. And that's what I mean. I mean, if you can't take a person as just being a person, instead of being always on guard and I mean, you know. Anyway, I fell for the guy. And we went out for a couple years, and then I got a call from some woman who told me that I wasn't the only one, and she told me exactly his modus operandi when he was there at her house, and it was the same as here, and the same nicknames he used and all that. So I was heartbroken, and I was angry, and so he said, I will always be a faithful friend, but I won't always be a faithful lover, and I can't promise you that. So I think we kind of, what did they say on Friends? We took a break. Yeah, and I was talking to another Italian guy, and he invited me over to Italy for a week, so I went over there. And then he came over here and rented a camper, and we went to Yellowstone Park. The guy's nice, really, really nice. He is about a little more than a foot shorter than I am, and he smoked and drank, and he was terribly insulin-dependent diabetic and all this stuff, and he worked in an Islamic nation in the United Arab Emirates. But I was trying to weigh whatever options there were for a future, and I thought, well, the kids, if I am with this guy, the kids will be able to go to college and everything. So I agreed to marry him and went overseas, and the paperwork didn't go through in time, and I'm kind of glad it didn't. We were more like brother and sister. We weren't anything more than that. And it was just way too different. But then the war started in 2003, and they said, any American thinks you go home. So I did, and that was it. Hooked back up with Bear. His real name's Corrado. Corrado Catania della Volta. Corrado Augusto. Don Corrado. I mean, you've got a lot of different names in there, or titles, or whatever. Oh, okay. Don Corrado Augusto Catania della Volta di San Nicandro. That's his full name. And we hung out. We went to the gym together. I got in good shape, and he was in really good shape. We had a lot of fun. We got to the point where you could even tease each other. You know, we knew each other inside and out. And I wanted to know more, so I wanted to learn Italian, so I understood him from inside and out, so I started taking Italian. I didn't know much at the time. I know a lot now. And the Christmas 2010, 2009, at Christmas time he came over, the Christmas Eve, and I had a most wonderful Christmas Eve. And then he left, and he was acting kind of different. And I thought maybe it was just stress with the visa and everything, because he'd have to spend so many days in the country and out of the country, and I helped him keep track of that. He had discovered he had leukemia. It's been 9 years now. He passed away. He wouldn't even let me see him. He had a port inserted in his clavicle so that they could stick him with the poison that they shoot in you, the chemo. And I talked to him on the phone, and he didn't want me to see him in that state that he was in. That he had like throw up on him and losing his hair, and his skin was becoming really sallow and yellow, and he said he didn't want me to see him that way. He didn't want me to remember him that way. And he died in June of 2010, so he's been gone 9 years. Have I been with anyone else? Nope. Do I think about it? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I'm not dead yet. But it's been almost 10 years. It's like, how long do you hang on to a picture? I asked the shrink that the other day, and he goes, well, what's going to happen if you take the picture down? You just won't see it, but the memories are still there. This shrink guy is very perceptive. I really like the guy. Of course, I don't think it's just lonely, horny old me. I like the guy. But, if I can get myself organized around here, then I will be free to go on the prowl. No, but that's my ex story. And I miss him every day. Mi manca Corrado. I miss Corrado. And after he died, what happened to him? I don't know. I don't know if he was taken back to Italy or here or what. The last email I got from him said, I love my wife. Now, he had been separated and I believe divorced, unless he remarried someone here for benefits or something, which is possible. I don't know. Upward and onward.